When you look at the top esports titles, they often have a lot in common. And I'm not talking about genre or style or content, I'm talking about the fundamentals of the game. What makes it competitive and an esport? I think to figure this out, it's important to first of all define what esports is. There needs to be no RNG, you need to be on a level playing field, and it needs to be a kind of game where skill, knowledge, and your decision making is what puts you above your opponents. But there's a lot of other key things a game needs in order for it to be a successful esport title. First one, popularity. Now it's very easy to see what games are popular. I mean, all you need to do is open up Twitch. God, look at that handsome face. So here we go. So you can see quite easily what the popular titles are. CS is first, but of course that's first as well because you've got the Face It Major going on at the minute. Fortnite, because it's just there. PUBG, League. Spider-Man, that's just recently come out. Hearthstone, WoW, that had an expansion not too long ago. IRL's probably some big streamers there. So most of these actually in this top row are esports. Where's StarCraft 2 as well? Because StarCraft 2 is esports. So StarCraft 2 is down here. I mean, in terms of popularity versus esport, it kind of does match. Science. Now, if you know what you're looking for, then yeah, most of them are actually esport titles. However, you often get a few random games in there for a number of different reasons. Maybe there's paid promotions going on at the minute. Maybe it's just a brand new title that's come out and tons of people are hyped for it. They want to get in there, share the content. Spider-Man, for example. Second of all, it needs to be accessible. And there's a number of platforms out there which really enable games to be able to do this. First one, Steam. Steam makes it so easy to find games, advertise games, find people who play the same games as you. It's just a wonderful platform for kind of getting the word out to people who want to know about the specific types of game. Second and third of all, maybe, Twitch and YouTube. I mean, like I've said earlier, I use Twitch as the example where you just open up the page of what games are being played and it gives you a really kind of solid, accurate outline of, okay, what games are popular in this place? Oh, these ones. Okay, well, I guess I want to play a popular game, so I'll pick one of the top 10 games. Cool. Hell, even Discord has that kind of integration now. You can see what games you're playing, you can ask them if you want to join a match and all that kind of stuff. So there's just accessibility increasing for games all over the place, which is great. Next up, the game needs to be enjoyable. And from my kind of experience, the best way this is achieved is by playing with your friends. If you're able to play with your friends, build up a community of people that you play with and play on the regular, because you've got a whole community of people playing this game, it's much harder for you to pull yourself away because you'll be leaving everyone behind if you stop playing that game. I think that's probably one of the reasons why I played COD 4 for so long. Like, within the game itself, there wasn't any inherent integrations to be like, you know, here's your friend list, here's people that you've played with. But the community around it was so avid and passionate that they created all of those tools themselves, and we kind of commandeered forums and programs like Xfire in order to be able to stay close and talk to each other and organize matches. So I think, yeah, being able to chat to each other, integrate with each other, sort of matches with each other is one of the key things with making sure your game is enjoyable, have longevity, and ensure its success for like years to come, whether it's as an esport or not. Next up is a high skill ceiling. It's great to jump into a game and be able to kill people right from the start, but you need to be able to have micro mechanics which, when you get them down just right, just puts you head and shoulders above everyone else. A good example of this is CSGO. Every gun has got a unique spray pattern, and if you can learn these patterns and you're playing against someone who doesn't know them, you're just gonna smash it, unless they're just a one-tap master, which isn't gonna be too likely if they don't know what the spray patterns are. And League of Legends is another great example. Being able to last hit efficiently, pushing your opponent out of the lane, knowing when ganks are gonna come in, when you can go to jungle to get buffs. All of these different micro mechanics that are in the game help you be so much better than everyone else when you get them down. And the last thing on my list, watchability. A game needs to be watchable from a spectator point of view to make it interesting, make people want to watch it instead of just going off and playing it on themselves. But this isn't just something achieved by the gameplay, it's something which development teams also need to put a lot of time, thought and effort in to do. Creating really good spectator modes which make it easy to tell you what action's happening, who's doing what and where things are going down is a really big task. And it's something which can be done extremely well. Again, for example, CSGO spectator mode, I feel is pretty legit. And there's other spectator modes which aren't too great. Now, I know that PUBG is still well in development, and to be fair, the spectator mode has come a long way in the time that I've seen it. But there's always room for improvement, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what extra elements are added to spec mode in time to come. And for me, I'm confused because the #1 esport hasn't been, like, discovered yet. Worms Armageddon. I know you're gonna think, oh, it's an old game, it's stupid, it's silly. But actually, if you think about it, if you've played it, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. It takes so much skill, there's micro mechanics, the decisions you have to make. It covers every single box. And the best thing is, it is so watchable from a spectator point of view. I mean, seriously, if you watch some of the Worms clips I've seen, just imagine it on the big stage. Now, I do have one other point, but it's kind of a weird one, and I'm not really sure what you will think about it. But hear me out. Fun is optional. So I enjoy playing games. However, the way I get my fun from playing games is by improving and winning. If I don't win a match, I can still have enjoyed it because I know I've improved. If I was making lots of stupid decisions and didn't feel like I was getting better, I'm just going to be frustrated. I find it really hard to have fun if I'm making stupid decisions, losing games, and letting my teammates down. Like when I play PUBG, if I win, I'm over the moon. Chicken dinner! But tell me what you think. I really want to know your opinion on whether or not a game needs to be fun, or if being able to improve and win is sufficient for entertainment. Because I don't necessarily think the two of those are connected, or that they need to be, you know? But maybe I'm just weird. But now, curveball, everything that I've just said doesn't make an esport. Developers don't decide to make an esport game. Publishers don't decide a game is esports. The community decides if a game is esport. You can't have an esport if no one's playing your game. You can't have an esport if it's not popular. You can't have an esport if you don't have these mechanics. The best example of this I can think of is Evolve. Like, when they kicked the game off, they were like, we're gonna make this an esport. And they had a tournament with like millions of dollars in prize pool. The tournament came, they won, and everyone left. That was it. But the one thing that developers and publishers can do is support a title to be an esport. If a game has got the mechanics that I've said above, and if it's got the extra things like accessibility and watchability, and it's got the community and the player base to support it, then 100% developers and publishers can support that game to be an esport. And when that happens, that's where you find the magic. And that's what I kind of feel like happened with PUBG. Rainbow Six Siege is a good example of a game that got turned around as well. It released, it was a bit popular, but it started to slowly kind of become less so in those circles. But the dev team knew that, and the dev team decided to make drastic changes. They decided to put in tons of improvements and just go fucking ham at it. And look at it now. ESL have just announced another league or series supporting R6. They have like big stage tournaments around the world. It can be done. It just needs the right kind of pushing in that direction. And that's it for this video. So thank you very much for watching. If you agreed or disagreed, then please do let me know in the comments, and I'd love to continue this conversation with you down there or in a follow-up video. Who knows? Until next time, stay beautiful, and I'll see you later. And subscribe. It would be lovely if you did. I appreciate each and every one of my subscribers. And if you tap my bell, then I will appreciate you even more. Because then that's when you get told when my videos go live. So yeah, thank you. I love you. I love you.